Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. In today's video, we'll be predicting the Champions League round of 16 second legs. First game to look at is Bayern Munchen, who beat Bayer Leverkusen 3-0 at the Allianz Arena. Does Leverkusen have something to bring back? I do think the second game will be interesting. I do think Leverkusen will not end this second leg tie with, a 3-goal difference as it is now after the first leg. But I think 3-0 is just too much, especially for an unexperienced Champions League side as Bayer Leverkusen. Bayern Munchen will also play more like counter-attacking football probably, and we'll get some good chances from that. So I gotta pick Bayern Munchen. Let's say the game ends 3-2 to Leverkusen. Bayern Munchen go through. Next up is Inter Milan versus Feyenoord. Inter Milan obviously got a beautiful 2-0 away victory versus Feyenoord, taking this to the San Siro. And there isn't that much to say about this tie. I do think it's pretty much over, and I'm predicting Inter Milan to get a 3-1 victory in advance. Next up is Arsenal FC, who beat PSV 7-1. 7-1. Me as a Arsenal hater, I hated that, man. I hated that. Turned off the game at 3-0. But this game, look, it's either, how we beat we beat Brest only 3-0 away and then beat them 7-0 at home. I don't think this game is going to be like that. I remember back in the day when Arsenal went away to Östersund in the Europa League, they beat them, and then they actually lost at the Emirates, but still went through. And I had a similar prediction, especially after that disgusting performance I saw versus United. So I'm saying PSV to win 3-1, but Arsenal still to go through. Next up is Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. Hopefully, when I'm watching this game, Paris Saint Germain are already through, and I can vibe to potentially a Madrid disaster class. Do I look at what my heart says? My heart says Atletico. This one, unfortunately, says Dagrid. I gotta go with my heart, man. I gotta go for the impossible. Atletico Madrid 2-1 goes to extra time or penalties, and Atletico Madrid go through. Next up is the only other French club apart from Paris Saint Germain, Lille versus Dortmund. Let's get it, Lille dog. Let's get it, Lille dog. Let's see if they're going to actually push Zegrova. I don't actually know about his fitness, but he should be back in the middle of this month. They may push him to play this important game for them. This is a historical game for Lille. And I think, getting that 1-1 and performing even well away at the Vollenstraat Arena, I see Lille going through. 2-1 victory to Lille. Aston Villa versus Bruges. It was a 1-1. But then, at the end of the game, Aston Villa got 2 moments. And this is what the tournament is. It's a moments tournament. And going 3-1 to their own stadium. And I saw Bruges, getting a great performance, getting a great result, both home and away versus Atalanta. I want to believe in Club Bruges. But I must say 2-2, Aston Villa go through. Second to last game is Benfica versus FC Barcelona. Is there any hope? Is there any hope for Benfica here? No. I think the first leg was their game to win, especially with the red card to Kubarsi. But Chesney and the rest of the Barca players performed really well and are taking a great advantage to their home stadium, where I do believe, especially because they didn't play in the Osasuna game recently, which could be a positive or a negative thing. Sometimes we've seen teams, miss a game and then they're not as high intensity, as high fitness. I'm going to say Barca 3-1. And lastly, but not least, the big game. Paris Saint Germain versus Liverpool. Ousmane Dembélé versus Mohamed Salah. I can't wait. I think it will be a very good game to watch. I think it will be less one-sided than the first game. But Paris Saint Germain to go through 4-2 in this game and to go through to the knockout stages. That's been it for my Champions League round of 16 second leg predictions. Let me know in the comments down below the teams that will go through. That's been it from boy PSG, and as usual, allez, le Paris.